Hello everyone, Ceri the Crafter here, that's C-E-R-I the Crafter, and guess what? Week 20! We are on week 20 already. And why is this a happy one for me? Because this is the last time I'm going to be filming ahead. That means that once we passed week 20, which will get published on the 12th of May, because that gives me enough time to get rid of the builders, get carpet put down, go and buy some storage unit furniture, put all the products in the boxes and baskets, set it all up, and have filmed a nice little video craft room tour for you guys and myself for posterity. And then I can get back to filming and I'll be able to comment on the week before. Yay! So excited about that. So, okay, right, what did I want to do first? There were a couple of things I wanted to do. Okay, right, I've made myself a note this time because I mentioned it in the last video and forgot to make a note. So, in one of the projects I was doing, I've got a feeling it was my art journal or art book cover that I was collaging. I mentioned that I didn't know where the name Hauser Green came from. Hauser is H-A-U-S-E-R. And Carol Bride, thank you very much, Carol Bride put me right and said, someone called Priscilla Hauser was an American decorative painter in history. So that's where the name Hauser Green comes from. So I've learned something, you've learned something, we've learned something. Loving that. Now, let's take a quick little look at the prompts on here. We've got thread or piece of fabric. Well, I'm going to try something different on that one. So let's park that one in the back of my brain and we'll get to it and I'll worry about whether it works when we get there. A label, that's easy. A plant, that was easy. Something found in a doctor's office, maybe not so easy. A sticker, easy. As an art scrap, that's kind of easy as well. So, right, I'm going to push this over here because I believe that's still in shot. In fact, I'm almost certain that's still in shot. I always worry about this. I don't know why I panic, because you know what? It is what it is. I've got the regular partners in crime, scissors, tear ruler, glue book, some stick glue, and a spread. I need to clean this again too. It's amazing how that glue builds up, isn't it? So let me show you what I've actually pulled out as far as what I'm going to use in this. So threads or piece of fabric. I pulled out this piece, which is beautifully fringy on the edge, and I've got a bit of lace, which I think is going to work for what I want, and I'll explain more when I get to that as to what I'm going to attempt to do with that. So watch this space on that one. It's probably going to be one of the last things I add, or near to the last things I add anyway. So let's put that over there. A label. Right, where the heck did I put the labels? Right, there you go. I wanted a specific look for this, so I've made myself two labels. These are actually stamped using a Maki stamp. Maki is M-A-K-I. I think they're a German company. Sure, they're a German company, and I like their detailed stamps, and you'll see more of their stamps as time goes by. So I think I'm going to use potion number 13. I mean, I've stamped that word and that numbers and this number on there. It was just basically the outline and the wording on the stamp. So I think I'm going to use that one, but I'm going to save both of them to one side anyway. A plant, right. I've got, this is a plant. I'm not sure whether this bit is staying. And I've got plants in bottles, which I think is quite appropriate as to one of the further themes on this. And you'll see what I mean when I get there. Something found in the doctor's office. That one, not so easy. I found this in a magazine, which is an old desk calendar. And I thought, you know, the doctor would have one of those on his desk. Or her desk. Let's not be sexist, there's women doctors as well. So I pulled that out, and I think that's going to be what is on of the doctor. A sticker. I pulled this sticker out. It did have a white border around it because it's a washi sticker. So I've cut the white border off because I didn't want the white border. So that's the sticker I'm going to be using. And the last bit is an art scrap. And the art scrap, I pulled these two out because when you see what I'm planning to do, these will kind of make sense. Now, that's all of the prompts done, but the things I've pulled out are as follows. Right, let's pull this over here. Right, I've pulled out these, which are some coffee dye papers that I did, and I quite like the grunginess of this. I think I'm going to go quite grungy on this one, quite grungy. Let's leave it at that. So that's sort of what I'm going to look at, and I'm going to cover the pages from the get-go because I want that sort of look to the whole thing. Because of that, I'm going to use this stamp that I wanted to use before and never got around to using. And I really want to use this because I'm loving the splats and splashes and coffee rings. So I'm going to use that. Now I'm probably going to use it with coffee coloured archival. However, I did pull out sepia and I did pull out black because I didn't know which would give me the punch of colour that I actually want for it. I pulled out some weird little odd things as well. I want to use some of this to give it more of a vintagey feel, which I'm going to put over the top of some of these when I've actually built the background. So that's just a washi tape that's got, like, I think I'm going to take that one off because I don't need to know about someone with lots of hair. But I'm going to try and use that on there just to build up that grungy vintage look. Then I pulled in some other oddities. You know me for me oddities. I quite like that. Not sure whether it's too home and garden, but that might get involved. I don't know. I liked this stove, and whether it's got the chimney on it when I finish, I don't know. But I thought, you know, if it's an old doctor's office, maybe they had a fire in it. I'm building a story here, as you can see, because I'm going quite oldie worldy. I stamped these as well. These are two beetles from Mackie Stamps as well, and I thought that again gives it a bit of a vintagey, oldie worldy feel. I found that which could have been medicine. What else did I find? I found this little one which could be an infusion. There's me using posh words again. I didn't know if it was a doctor's office that it wouldn't have a picture on the wall. I'm thinking her instead of her, but I'm not sure. So we've got those over in the parking lot as well. A doctor's surgery would definitely have a clock on the wall. I can't work out, it's 12. Where's 10? 10, 11, okay, that's 12. 10, yeah, I get very confused by Roman numerals. So again, that's a washi sticker, and I've trimmed the white off it because I didn't want white on it. I think this is too modern, but you never know. I might be adding a couch because a doctor would have a couch. So you can see I had a bit of fun putting this together. This is possibly a bit too colourful, but maybe the piece might need colourful. I thought drying flowers and herbs and lavenders and things could have been something as far as making pharmaceuticals. And I found this and I really like this, and I thought, you know, this is so in keeping with the era I'm looking at. So that's what I pulled out. A little bit random, I know that, but you know what, let's do a little bit random now and then. So I'm going to get stuck straight in and I'm going to get the bigger pieces of this done so I can then build on it. I'm thinking that's a bit too grungy, thinking that's, oh, the other side's, what's the other side of this one look like? No, that's way too grungy. That's a bit white, but I don't mind that side. I think I might go with that one and that one actually. These were coffee dyeing that I did myself, so and I got the effect of all of these dots by when I put them in the oven. I put them onto a hot pizza pan, you know, one of the discs, hence you'll see the line around, and that's what you cook the pizza on. So I found that it gave me this really interesting texture to look at. Although saying that, it did mean that I ended up with all of the bits that were stuck on the pizza pan stuck to the bottom of the paper. So it makes me sound like I've never cleaned my pizza pan, but I have. It just, for some reason, it just looked that way. Actually, if I do it that way, I don't mind, because I'm probably going to distress the edge anyway. Right, let's just get this so I can see where it is. So I don't normally take this much care marking stuff, but if I'm going to glue this down, I want it glued down and I don't want to be messing around with it afterwards. So where's the marks? So that's the piece that will go down there. I think this is going to be a very different look than I normally have, which is good. I don't mind that being a very different look. Right, I'm going to do a similar job on this one, and then I'm going to try and allow for the notch, this bit here. So that's going to be a little bit tricky to try and work out, but you know, we'll make it work. So I spent quite a bit of time the other day going through comments. So if you have commented, and thank you for commenting, I am trying my darndest to get through all of the comments as quick as I can, but there are lots and lots of comments, and I love the fact that there's lots and lots of comments, and I do thank you for that. That really helps me out as far as knowing what you guys are thinking, how you're feeling about what I'm doing, and also, to be honest, it's nice to know somebody's out there watching. And I do know a few people have said, if I'm watching, I'm supporting. I know. I love you for that. Thank you. It's funny because I was watching Gail Augustinelli the other day, and I had to give her a very gentle reprimand, a little slap on the wrist even. And it made me smile, mind you, because she was celebrating and talking about, oh yes, all my lovely ladies who follow me, and I had to go on and go, Gail, we're not all lovely ladies. Some of us are lovely gentlemen. And she hasn't answered that one yet, so she probably hasn't seen that comment yet. But I was thinking, ooh, we all presume crafters are actually always women. I mean, are there any men watching me? I just realised I don't know. I've not come across a man's name yet. But then there are a couple of business names who have subscribed to me. And I can't always say that I know whether a business is owned by a male or a female, obviously, because I'm not that clever. So, right, let's just do a bit of that by there. And where will it be this way? This is going to be a bit tricky, isn't it? Let's put it by there. So I reckon probably to about there. Okay, sorry, I had a quiet moment then, just trying to get my brain around what I was trying to do. So you may notice it's a little dark in here today. Well, it's a little dark all over the place. I can tell you, it's very dark and very wintry, even though we're in spring. It is very dark and wintry here, and it's not a nice day. There's definitely no washing on the line. I think I did that quite well. I think when that's in place, that'll be okay. I don't mind the odd bits because I'm going to be putting some on top anyway. Right, let's clear these out of the way. Yes, it's not a nice day here. I mean, it's raining, it's cold, it's damp as well, although that's a given when it comes to raining, isn't it, I suppose. There's definitely a chill in the air. So yeah, so it's just one of those days really. But you know what I always think is, if you didn't have days like this, you wouldn't appreciate the sunshine when you get it. So that's my way of thinking about it anyway. And also it prevents me watering the plants, because goodness knows when the sun is out I have to water the plants. And one of my hobbies is growing bonsai trees, and for those of you who don't know what they are, they're miniature trees that are in pots. I want to say actually the word bonsai, which is actually not bonsai one word, it's two words. I think it's something like, it means tree pot or pot tree, something along those lines anyway. I seem to remember hearing that at some point, but you never know. I don't retain everything I hear. Right, let's see if I've got some bigger pieces of paper I can actually use to glue on. Can I get that on there? Yeah, pretty much. Right, let's make sure I've got the right side. I have, so yes, I've been getting through your comments, lots of lovely comments, thank you very much. A lot of you are enjoying the other videos I'm putting up as well, like I did the bit where I built my art book, or I'm still struggling with what to call that, because to me, it's art, it's collage, it's mixed medium, it's it's going to be everything in one. So for me, it is an art book, but it's pretty much a book of my art, not so much art in a book. If all, you know where I'm going with that, don't you? So I filmed that, I put that up, lots of you watched it, lots of positive comments, which was good because that's the first time I'd done something like that, so I was very happy that you liked that. What else did I do? And then I filmed the second one, which was the collaging of the cover, which took me considerably more time than I expected it to be honest. It took me an hour and 20 minutes. Sorry about that. I hadn't reckoned on that being the time frame for that, so, but you know what, it was fine. I mean, it ended up really nice, and I was happy with it. I would like it to have been a little bit lighter. It seemed to turn out quite dark, but then when I look back at it, I really did enjoy the process, and that's actually what a lot of you keep telling me, that you like hearing my thought process as I go along, which is lovely because it's just me, my verbal stream of consciousness, really. It's a bit nerve-wracking when you just open your mouth and speak as you think, because I'm always very aware you have to be, well, politically correct. You're not allowed to say certain words. You shouldn't do certain things. And it's like, oh, if I said something wrong now, did I say that? Which is why I always watch my videos back. Oh, that brings me on to another point while I'm talking about watching videos back. I've noticed on one or two of my videos that for some reason occasionally the picture freezes. Now I don't know what it is or why that happens, so I'm trying something new with this video which might be a cure for that. I've put my iPad into aeroplane mode, and I mean, I've got no one to ask these questions for, whether you're supposed to or whether you do or you don't. I mean, I know that when you film on your phone, you normally put it into aeroplane mode, but I didn't know whether an iPad would be the same situation, because I can't receive, well, I suppose I can receive calls on my iPad. I mean, it's linked to the internet, but it certainly doesn't have its own SIM card or anything in it. So anyway, I'm trying that to see whether I can cure it. If any of you are IT wizards, I don't mind a bit of advice occasionally. I also think it could quite easily be that my iPad really does need replacing. I wouldn't say it's past its sell-by date, but it's very, very close to it. I think, what is my iPad? I want to say mine is an iPad Air. It might have been the first iPad Air, actually. It could be iPad Air 2, but I've got a feeling it was the first one. So that shows you how old this iPad is. It's been brilliant and I love it. However, it needs replacing. And if it hadn't have been for this darned virus we're all dealing with, I would have had it replaced by now. But it's slightly difficult when you can't actually go into a shop. Now, you can make an appointment to go into the Apple store and you can go and talk to someone and sort it out with them. However, I just haven't got around to it. And I think I just keep going until something actually breaks, and then when it breaks, then I deal with it. So, and the thought of actually having to make an appointment to go and book to see someone about getting a new iPad, and then having to talk about it all and trying to sort it out. And then, to be honest with you, I find it very nerve-wracking when you've got to then transfer all of your data across. And even though they all say, oh yes, it's really easy, it happens automatically. Yeah, I'm the person it doesn't happen automatically with, I can absolutely assure you. With me, if it can go wrong, it will go wrong. I'm that guy. So, but it does need to be done. I also need to get a new phone. My phone is just, well, we won't talk about my phone. My phone, mind you, for me, my phone is just a phone. I don't do watching videos on it. I don't shoot videos on it. I don't do a lot of things on my phone. I don't pick up my emails. I do occasionally, if I'm in work, I'll occasionally take a glance at Facebook if I'm on a coffee break or something. Or Pinterest, that's another one I quite like to look at on my phone, because it doesn't really matter how big the image size is when you look at it. So, but yeah, I mean, it's like I've got an Instagram account, but I very, very rarely do Instagram. If I do any posting on Instagram, it's probably because it's auto set up from my Facebook, so that my Facebook actually posts onto Instagram for me. So there you go. I know people love Instagram. I've just never got into it. It doesn't seem to work for me. I don't like the limits we have on it. Like, I can't post a video link unless I put it in the biography, which is not where I want to put it. And then there's only, if you set a video out, you can only send so many bits. I don't get it. I just do not get it. Right, let's go back to this. So we've got this on the go. I've got the foundation down. It's already looking a bit grubby, and I'm kind of loving that. Right, this bit I think is going to go over here. So I'm just going to lay that on there, just because I want to have that as a visual reminder of what's going on this page. Now, where are those stickers? Because I want to put the stickers down next. Actually, I think that's going to go up there. So let's see if I can get the sticker off the backing, which is usually something I can't do. I'm horrible at getting stickers off. Oh, lordy lord, look at that. It came off. Now, because it's a washi sticker, guess what? I'm going to put glue on it anyway. So I don't know what it is about washi. I love it to death. However, I just do not trust it. I think too many times I've put it on a project and then gone back to it, and then it's peeled off, and then I've tried repairing it, and it never looks right when you've repaired it. So, right, I'm going to pop you down there, Mr. Bird. Let's pull that out of the way and smooth you down. Right, that sort of set the tone for that page. I'm quite all right with that. Wait a minute, I thought I pulled out, I just realised, I thought I pulled out a Tim Holtz person that I was going to use as well. Wonder what I've done with that. Oh, I did. There he goes. He was on the floor. Okay, I found this Tim Holtz person because I've just bought, believe it or not, I bought my very first pack of Tim Holtz paper dolls. And this was solos. And to me, he looks like an old Edwardian doctor or something. So he's going to be on here at some point. I don't know where. He could easily go there. But I thought I'm going to add a doctor to the mix. I know, I'm in a weird mood. So, right, now I wanted to use a bit of this washi, but I didn't want to use the bit with this girl with all the hair on it. So I'm going to just cut this bit off. And I'm going to stick to the edge of my table. And then I can stick it back on the roll later. Right, actually I want a little bit more of that. I don't like that little text there. So I don't use my wide washies very often, to be honest with you. I like them, but for some reason I don't tend to reach for them. Right, so I think all the way down to about there, and that's going to have to be trimmed by hand when I finish. I've got glue on there. I have got glue on there. Right, again with the stick of glue, just to make sure it's nicely stuck down. Will you stay in one place, please? Yes, I'm talking to the washi now, people. He needs help. He's talking to washi. Let's see, who do I remember seeing on the comments I've just answered? I saw Darcy. I saw Ceri from Australia. Is it Tuesday Turner? I think it's Tuesday Turner. I am horrible at remembering names. Gail commented on one of them. I noticed that. Would you stop sticking to everything, please? So there were a fair few that I noted, and I was quite happy about that. So really nice to see people having a comment, having a chat. It's nice because you are becoming my family. And don't tell my family that, mind you, because I think they might be slightly upset at that. Right, just sort of trim that bit off there. Make sure that's smoothed down. Let's put you back where I think you can be seen. which is about there. Do I want to use this piece somewhere? No, I don't want to use that piece somewhere else. Put that down. Now I've got majorly sticky fingers already. Right, I think that's enough for the washi tape on there. That gives me a little bit of a background, as I was saying, but that needs to come off there because that's going to annoy the heck out of me. I'm throwing this bit out. Normally I don't, as you know, they go in the box, but I've got glue and everything stuck to that one. Right, let's look at the other elements. I want to put the clock in here somewhere. I'll deal with the clock in a minute. I want to put something down there, but I don't really know what it is. Actually, it might be a piece of this. It might just be a piece of this. And I think it might be that bit. Do I want it to go all the way down? I think I want to tear that across there. I don't normally tear these things. Or do I tear them? I can't remember. Answers on the postcard, please, because obviously I've forgotten. So take that down so I don't have a white edge. See if there's a thin white strip at the top. And for those of you who don't know what these are, by the way, in my Etsy store, or my Etsy shop, which is funny enough called Ceri the Crafter, I do have a digital download. I've got a few digital downloads actually that are trims, and they're all made from my art pieces and my jelly printing and my stenciling, and I use them as an alternate to washi tape because, as you know, washi tape is transparent. So what I do is I print these strips of mine and I print them on one sheet labels, and then I use them instead of a washi, and I use them a lot, as some of you will know because you've seen me using them. That doesn't want to go there. I just want to bring another bit over to this page. I'm thinking that I just tear that little bit down there. Again, just put a little bit of that on the end of there. Peel back the end. Oh, there's no white on this one. That's good. So what's happening in the world? Okay, what is today's date in real life? What is the date? I want to say it's either... Wait, Tuesday was the 6th, 7th, 8th. It's the 8th of April today. And on Monday, the government is allowing our shops to open. So 8, 9, is that 10th or 11th? 8, 9, 10, it's the 11th. So the 11th of April will be the first time we will have been able to do any shopping other than food shopping since a week before Christmas. And that's slightly insane as far as I'm concerned. So there you go. So we'll see. I mean, I'm already hearing reports that the numbers of COVID cases of people under 25 years old is rising at an alarming rate. Well, I'm not surprised, am I? Because what are they doing? They're out playing sports. They're on the beach. It's just, yeah, don't go there. Don't make me start on that. Right, I'm going to use the number 13. This can go in the parking lot. I'm not sure where it's going. I'm going to stick glue on it and then decide. I shouldn't really blame anyone, but I am noticing a trend here in Cardiff. We're a big university city. And what I'm finding is every time the students come back, our numbers of COVID go up. And I can attest to this because at the end of our street, I've got a park with like a basketball court and things in it. And every time I go past it, it's full of foreign students playing basketball and sports in there. And none of them are wearing a mask. None of them are even attempting to socially distance. They're just doing what they do, which isn't overly helpful, to be honest with you people. So yeah, that's slightly annoying that that's happening, but do I want that in front of that? Maybe I do. Right, let's leave that one down, stick that down. I was tempted to actually do distressing around this, but I don't think I'm going to, because I'd probably end up tearing it. I'll be lucky if I can get the glue on without tearing it, let alone anything else. So yeah, I'm sort of feeling that we have all these foreign students come in as soon as we open our colleges and our universities. I'm I'm not sure whether they actually quarantine them or not. I don't actually know how that all works. I'm just going to leave that slightly up so I can tuck this underneath. So I'm not sure whether they're quarantining or anything, and I can't obviously blame all the students alone. I mean, we have youngsters who are out partying and doing stuff as well. The regulars, the normal people who live here. But it does seem to be there's a generational issue as far as I'm concerned. The people who are being sensible are being penalised by those who really don't give a damn, which is, it's not a good move. Right, quite like that. That sort of chemistry on the desk sort of thing. So move that one. I wanted that slightly straighter. Well, straight, not slightly straighter. Straight would have been good, but there you go. I didn't get that far. I think these plants might be a bit overkill, so I think those are going in the parking lot as well. What else have we got here? I really do think this is now going to be too colourful for this, so that can go in the parking lot. The scissors is going to go on there. I know, not sure where, so put that to one side. The clock I want on there as well, because that'll give me a reason to have... Actually, that's probably a good place for it up there. Right, let's see if I've got the top of the clock. Top of the clock, top of the clock. It'll be an X with two... There we go, X with two ones. Come on, Mr. Washer, you can do it. Yes! Tell you what, this also makes... These pieces I take off, I'll put it down and I'll never find it again. It will mysteriously end up somewhere else, and then probably months later, I'll find it stuck to something. Although, to be honest, that's never going to happen with this one, because guess what? The place is being torn apart in a week or so's time, so it's not going to have a chance to go somewhere. It's going to get destroyed with the rest of the room in its remake and its facelift. Okay, loving that. That's good. Right, other elements I wanted to add into this. Right, I quite liked the idea of the stove, but I think the stove is too bright. Okay, there was the medicine bottle, which I quite liked, and I think that will go by there. So let's fold it over, because I've got a feeling that's all gluey. It's the only trouble when you're using magazine pages. They can be, well, they can tear quite easily. So you've got to be a bit careful that you actually don't have glue on your page when you first put them down to be glued. And also I found that if I don't use a card to smooth them down, my sticky fingers get really, really stuck to them, and there's a whole world of pain. Right, I think at this point I want to now deal with this. Before I go any further, let's put the top on the glue, because I think it's time to deal with that. Okay, we're going to try something I've not tried live ever before, but we're going to have a go. I'm going to pull my sewing machine up, and I want to sew this onto this page. I've sort of had an idea of where I want it, and what I want to do is I'm going to lay this on here, and then I'm going to fold the ends over. It'll be easier when I've got the sewing machine ready. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to zigzag stitch it down the side of that page so that it actually sticks out the side of the page. Gives me a little bit of a fringing, but because I start here and end here, when I finish this page, the page on the back will actually glue the stitches in place as well. So this is going to be interesting, guys. I'm not sure how this is going to go, so bear with me. I'm not even sure whether my sewing machine fits under the stand that I'm using. Right, I need to open this book fully because I want to sew that page and that page only. Right, I'll deal with that when I get there. I've got 21, that's 22. What am I on here? Oh, see, I nearly sewed two of them together. There, see, what's that phrase? Check twice, cut once or something? I think it's like that, right? I have to pull a chair in again. I don't normally sit down to sew, to craft, so I'm going to pull my sewing machine in. Now, you're not going to be able to see, I know that, but at least you'll know I'm not off screen doing something really bizarre and all you're hearing is a noise in the background. I cannot help it. I will do what I can, but this is the best I can do. Sorry guys, I do not have a 2-camera setup, and this is going to be tricky enough as it is, trying to do this. Right, I think if I just fold the end over, actually if I fold the end over each end and then lay that on there, I can play around with the placement of it. And my hard job is going to be putting it under here. Actually, right, I'm going to put that there to help support the book, because I've only got 2 hands, people. So I'm going to come in, put the foot down, start the foot off. Where's the other foot? Right. I'm not going to backstitch. Right, started that off. Now I'm going to tuck this under a little bit further. Hold that down, and we should be able to do this. Cross your fingers, guys. This is a whole new world for me. I sew a lot, but not live, and certainly not on a book page live. So let's see where we go with this. I don't know whether this jiggles the camera. I apologise if it is. Right, let's put this down a second. I just want to fold this under a little more neatly than it is, because of course it will be seen on the other side. And I don't mind that, because when I do the next page, maybe I'll put a bit of card or a bit of paper hanging over in the opposite direction. So just to see, I've chosen green for the thread that I'm seeing on this page, and I've chosen white for the other side, because of course something's going to be glued onto the other side of this anyway. Right, bear with me. A little bit of a back stitch and stop. Right, come out of there, mister. Right, you have to give me a second just to turn the sewing machine off and put it back on the floor without strangling myself or dropping it. I love my sewing machine, and I'm not ready to buy another one just yet. Although I do need to buy a new sewing machine at some point. Okay, so that's on there. I'm just going to trim off these threads. There. And there. Right, let's stand up again now so I can see what you can see. So, let's open my book out to the covers. Where is the cover? There you go. I quite like that. What's the other side look like? I don't mind that. As I said, I can put something on the other side. I might trim that down a bit. I might put a piece on there. No, I wouldn't do that. But I can put something on the back of that. I'm not worried about that. That's an interesting addition. Quite like that. That was sort of kind of what I was looking for. So, right, let's move this over here again, because that's where you can see it. Bring everything back in. I can breathe now. That was a little nerve-wracking. Talk about taking a risk live. But there you go. Right, let's pull in another few things. So I had this little infusion bottle, and I felt that should go somewhere. I think I'm going to just layer that on there, to be honest. So we're back to gluing now. There you go. Wonder whether anyone else has sewn stuff into their planners. I haven't seen anyone do that yet. I'm sure they're going to. It's funny because a lot of the journalers, junk journalers who are doing this challenge are very much like me. They're using their junk journal techniques, should we say. So right, let's play around with this. I quite like this to be in here. I think it kind of, actually I don't mind it overlaying there. That's right, I'm just going to lay that there a second. I want to play around with a few more things. Right, where's this Doctor need to go in? I've half tempted to do that with him. Maybe if I do him, maybe if he gets done with Fabri-Tac, maybe he'll go on with Fabri-Tac. I'm not sure, because I don't normally stick stuff like that down. Here are the Beatles I did. I quite like the Beatles. Not the musicians' music, I mean the actual Beatles that I've got in front of me. The couch, I think the couch is in the parking lot. This piece is in the parking lot as well. And I think we've got these two people. I wonder, do I want to put one beetle over here? Actually, I think I quite like putting the beetle over there. I don't mind leaving that beetle up there. I quite like the framed version. I really was drawn to this one, but I think that one suits this better. I do think she needs a little bit of grunging up. Just a little bit around the edges. I think we're almost done, guys. I think that's kind of interesting. Right, let me put the beetles and the lady down, and then we'll take a little look and see whether I've missed any prompts, which I don't think I have. And then I'll have a little think, because when I was trying to pull out pieces to do this, I was very tempted to pull out mushrooms, because I thought, oh, that would be something from pharmaceutical days gone by that they would have used. But I don't know whether it suits the purpose or whether, I mean, I've got a few more stickers in that sort of range, and some of them are verging on the macabre. Like they're very like Edwardian, Victorian type images. Like there's a heart and there's a lungs and there's actually there's a skull with roses around it and stuff like that. And I'm a little, I was thinking it wouldn't suit this spread, but maybe this collage will take that. Oh, I need to stick that down as well. Let's pull you out of the way. So I'm liking this. This is a little darker, should I say, than I normally do. But I'm okay with a little dark occasionally. I'm okay with doing something like that. I do want to add the scissors in here somewhere. So wherever I put them. So the scissors will be part of this. I'm just not 100% certain where yet. But it's going to be on there because it just feels right to be on there. There you go. Let's get this beetle down. As I said, I've never used paper. I haven't used paper dolls before, or have I? I think I might have used them once actually in something I did. So I'm not 100% certain as to what I should stick it down with. I think if I go with fabric, I've got Fabrifix. We don't have Fabri-Tac. I could only ever find Fabrifix, and I don't know what the difference actually is, to be honest. Right, I've got to do something about my fingers. I'm sorry, I'm stuck to absolutely everything. So bear with me where I have a little moment of cleanliness, should we say. Yeah, I'm a little not really sure what to do with sticking Mr. Doctor down. So, right, first of all, is he in the right place? Do I need to add the scissors in behind him? That's kind of okay. This is beginning to feel a bit cluttered over here. I'm kind of liking that, to be honest. If I put that down there, I'm going to have to darken these areas up with a bit of vintage photo because they're just a bit too light for the background they're going on to. And I am not about to be fussy cutting the finger holes out of this. So let's get that sorted. Let's close it off. Right, let's move you out of the way, Mr. Man. Let's come in again. Yes, I'm amazed. When I was looking to buy the Tim Holtz paper dolls, I was amazed at how many versions there are. I got really lost trying to work out which ones I should and which ones I shouldn't actually consider purchasing. So I purchased the solos because I thought I'm more likely to use single people than I am multiples or groups just because. So yeah, but I was quite surprised how many. They're very cute. A great variety in sizes and shapes and colours and ethnicities, and that's not an easy word to say with these teeth, I can tell you. Right, I'm trying to remember what Gail normally sticks things down with. I think she uses art glitter glue. And I want to use Fabri-Tac because there's fabric there. So I think we're going to go with, I've got fabric, oh I have got Fabri-Tac. Why do I think I had Fabri-Fix? Oh, I have got Fabri-Tac, okay. Shows how much I know my own products. Right, I'm just going to take this out, see if it's being healthy. And see if I can put this down without making too much of a mess. So, I mean, I have seen some people using just PVA white tacky glue on these, but I don't, well, I have trust issues when it comes to glue. I think that's because so many things in the past have come unglued for me. So I'll take that off there because I've got a feeling I've got a piece of glue in there. I do not want it coming out the top. Right. I think you are going to go there, Mr. Doctor. Right. I can see one little bulb of glue right by there that needs to be removed before it even starts to cause me an issue. Right. Hopefully that's in the right place. Hopefully that will give me exactly what I was hoping for. Right. Okay. Right. Now I think I just, I've just had a volcano moment in my Fabri-Tac. It's almost empty. It's like it's got so little in it. I've got a new bottle here, but you know what it's like with the glue? You try and try to get to the very end of the bottle before you change the bottle. Right. Let me have a bit of a look and double check. I think there are one or two things missing from this, but I'm also liking the emptiness or the space that it's showing me. So thread or piece of fabric. Well, I've got piece of fabric there, and it actually doesn't look out of place. I was thinking it would look a bit lost, just one strip, but I like the character of it down the side of it. It just adds a bit of visual, well, it adds texture, not visual texture, it adds texture. I do have more of it, so if I wanted to add another little strip or a square of it, I could add that. Let's have a little look at that. I think, and I tripped over the sewing machine. I'm not used to having anything on the floor down there. See, I think if I added a little bit somewhere else, it would distract. Might pull the design across though. Where would I put it? And then what would I stick it on with? We're not going down that road, right? I'm not going to remember what I used. Let's give it a little bit of a knock back. Okay, so thread fabric, got it. A label. I've got a label. No, I've got a label. A plant. There's plant life there. Something found in the doctor's office. I've got the desk calendar, and I've got the doctor, and I've got medicine in my mind. A sticker, definitely got a sticker, and an art scrap. I've got art scrap there. I'm looking at this thinking I'd quite like a moth. I'm thinking a moth, and I'm also thinking this looks a bit empty here. Maybe I need a touch of washi, maybe I need a touch of something else, not anything that's in the parking lot. So let's just have a little bit of a think. Bear with me, I'm going to go and get the butterfly box. Sorry, not butterfly box, butterfly folio, because that's where all the moths live as well. So, actually, those would be interesting. It's a bit white. I wonder whether I can knock that back a bit. Actually, what about one of these? So you can't see what I'm pulling out. What about one of these? I'm going to see whether I can knock this back a little bit with a bit of vintage photo, just to see that I can take the definite whiteness off it. I've got a feeling I've tried this before and it wasn't hugely successful. I suppose it's not that bad. I don't know now. I'm having a dithering moment, people. Actually, I'm liking that better there, to be honest. But I'm going to put that just by there while I'm looking, because I haven't made a complete decision yet. I wanted a moth. I thought I had moths somewhere in here, to be honest. So I'll pull that back in. I'm horrible at doing that. Sorry, guys. I'm busily looking at stuff, but not showing you. Right, let's pull that out the way again so you can look as I look. That's sort of the colour scheme I'm looking for, but as I said, I was hoping, that's actually not bad either. I was hoping to find a moth. Let's pull those to one side, put them out of the way. Ah, there you go. That's the sort of thing I was looking for. See, that looks really bright. Put that down there anyway. I might be able to play with the colour a little bit. Again, there's another one. And there's another one. Right, so was it? Oh, there's a huge one. I don't think I'm ever going to find a page to put that on. Right, let's put those by what there. So let's put them on the floor. That's another thing I'll trip over later. Right, quite like the colour of that. I'm not sure about the size of it though. That's quite cute, but again, I want to take it down a tone. It's far too lively. Maybe. No, that one's going to go over there. I like the darkness of that from over there. Let's just give that a bit of a knock back as well. I think this might be the one actually. I think I'm going to put him there. Right, I need to marry this before it actually turns into a 5-hour video. So I quite like that one there, and I don't know why something was just calling me to actually put it there. Now, what you may have noted is this one has no antennae, so I will just get myself a fine tip pen and just draw them in. There you go, they're just there. I mean, no one's going to come in as an entomologist and say, those are wrong, they shouldn't be there. Well, you know what, it's mine and they are going to be there. I hate this join here. I really do hate that join there. Right, let's put the moths by. How are we doing for time? Whoa, we're going hugely over time. Okay, I have gossiped far too much. Let me just have one more quick look at this little so-and-so, because he was kind of appealing to me. There's too many butterflies next to each other. Right, that needs to go over there. I think I probably need to dig into the washi world. I wonder whether I can take a strip of this that I was playing with earlier on. Let's just take this down here. This is the bit we saved from before. Let's see if I just tear this. I'm not the greatest at tearing washi. I think that might just go over there, and what I'll do is I will put distress ink over the top of it just to knock it back a little bit in colour value. Okay, I quite like that there actually. I think that's okay. I think that's going to be us done. Let me just get a little bit of vintage photo on top of that. A little bit there. I think we're done. Well, not think we're done. I am done. I'm not going to let this video run on and on. Although I've quite enjoyed this one. We did have a lot to talk about, so there you go. So I've got everything on the list, double checked all of that. This is the last pre-recorded one, so next time you speak to me or see me, I'll be able to speak to you just 1 week after we've actually released stuff. So there you go. So I'm looking forward to that. So I hope you enjoyed this, guys. I did. This is week number 20, and I will see you next time. Remember, social media links, I always appreciate a follow, a like, a share, notifications, subscribes, all of that. It helps me be what I want to be. It helps me along this journey I'm going, because I've got the support and the courage to go on if I've got all of you around me knowing that we're all on the same page. So thank you very much for that. And this is me, Ceri the Crafter, C-E-R-I the Crafter, saying goodbye. Goodbye now.